Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eduardo, and this is the update for the Incubation Engineering MLOps for September 17th. Two things on the last week. First one, we finished, well, not finished, but we made really good progress with our Jupyter to Markdown converter. So right now, our converter generates a really clean Markdown version of the notebook that we can already use to do diffing, and this is what we're going to use soon when we start integrating. In the beginning, even though images are embedded into the Markdown itself, the code review viewer will not display them yet. This will come eventually, but at least we'll be able to code review already Python code and errors and Markdown. This will be much easier with this new version. So this is on the IPython IPyNB to Markdown repository. If anybody is interested in looking at that, it's a very small Go library that we are now will be integrating into GitLab itself for code review. Yeah, so that would be the next step. And the second thing that we did, we don't want to implement everything for MLOps. It's not that we don't want to, we can't. There's way too much to implement on. But we do want GitLab to play well with most MLOps solutions out there. So we want that it work well with whatever tool our users are already have on their architecture. So we want to look at them and see, okay, how can GitLab do the best job along them? And to be able a little bit to kind of rank some candidates so we could explore integrations. What I did, I looked at the top, let me show you here. So I looked at the top open repos on GitHub, and I just used the API, picked up the stars to look a little bit what the machine learning landscape looked like. And the thing is, surprisingly, I then went here and ranked them manually. So whether it's a framework, whether it's some learning resources. So let me just unfilter over here. For example, there's a lot of different classifications, but most of it, out of the top 200 repos, I think almost 50%, like 40% are learning resources. So either tutorials or repos that collect links about other resources, and they're not really useful for us. But what we're looking here is at the frameworks, at the repos that do with MLOps, and the repos that deal with AutoML. So these are the things that we need to look at and see how can we better support them. For example, as expected, the top one is TensorFlow. There's a lot to be done over here. So provide a quick view into a tensor board. For example, it's something that we could do within GitLab during the pipeline, doing CI/CD of training pipelines. So this is where at least we're ranking a short list of candidates that you should be exploring. Note that this doesn't include private tools. So this looked at open GitHub repository. It doesn't include any private code base. So for example, I'm not looking, this doesn't include the big vendors like Google Cloud or AWS. We'll have to look at different ways to rank them out or just name them at the beginning. But I think it's a good shortlist. So if you look, for example, at the ones we really care about, it should be applications we don't care, data sets we don't really care, learning, perhaps library, monitoring, AutoML. Yeah, so here we have like the top rated, the top start, it's Ray. Then we have Paddle, Netron, Streamlit, some other. Streamlit is more visualization, but still part of meta machine learning, I would call it. And a little down here, you have MLflow, you have Kubeflow, and of course the frameworks to build upon. So PyTorch, TensorFlow, Scikit. These are the ones that we have to give good support. Some of them are on the model creation step, which is TensorFlow, most of the frameworks. So when you create a model, how can we give better support? And the others are after the model is created. So for example, how can we do model integrate MLflow for model versioning, for model registry, or what can we use for prediction service as well? And how can we make sure that GitLab plays well with these different Lego pieces on the machine learning architecture? And this was it for this week. On the next week now, we are heavily working on the integration to with PyNB to MD and GitLab, so that we can actually finally have Jupyter Notebooks code reviews available to the public. And I think that would be a huge milestone for us, an early, big early win, and I'm very excited about it. And we'll see each other next week again. Bye.